Liverpool is still 12 points ahead of Arsenal in the Premier League, and I've seen online a lot of suggestion about would this still be a successful season if Liverpool only win the Premier League, and the standards that Liverpool seem to be held to compared to other clubs, they don't really seem fair, do they?
No, I mean that's laughable, isn't it? With that question, really, because I mean, if anyone had said that at the start of the season, you would have genuinely laughed in the faces. The idea that Arne Slot would come in and just win the Premier League and you'd be disappointed. I mean, obviously the disappointment is when you lose a cup final, but he got them to the cup final, and the disappointment in the Champions League. I think we just saw a very, very elite level from PSG, and that's what Liverpool are aspiring to under a new manager. But you know, they've absolutely romped the league. And the thing is as well, I know Arsenal's and City's collapse have been a contributing factor to Liverpool having it wrapped up this early. But equally, they are on track for 90 points. It's not a low winning tally if they get there. So, you know, this has been a very, very strong season from Liverpool. So, yeah, and you only need to see the celebrations that we're going to see in May as well to see how much this means and how important a win it is for Liverpool. So, yeah, I think all that is nonsense. And nobody around Liverpool within the club, even supporters, were genuinely talking about the quadruple or saw that as an aim, because it's virtually impossible anyway. So, yeah, I don't subscribe to this view that there's going to be real disappointment around that. I think it's a miraculous achievement, particularly because as well we're talking about a Liverpool squad where we can sit here and this is not knee-jerk. I think we could have said earlier in the season there are aspects of this team that can be tweaked and can be improved. We've been talking about left back for a while. We knew the forward line was going to get a scalpel taken to it this summer. We knew that the manager probably wanted another midfielder that he really liked and trusted. So this isn't a knee-jerk reaction. We're looking at an imperfect Liverpool squad that's absolutely romped the Premier League, and they're only the second title in 35 years once you get over the line. So I don't think any Liverpool supporter will be disappointed with the way that this season has turned out.
No, and if Liverpool win the Premier League title, it also means a lot of other stuff, like Liverpool matching Man United's 20 titles. So it's also a historic season, regardless of the fact that the only trophy available is the Premier League. So it's a bit hyperbolic to say that, oh, the season's not a success, and it's Arne Slot's first season, remember. So
I think a key factor as well, actually, and I was thinking about this earlier, is that, you know, it's not just kind of he's come in and kind of fluked it and hit a nice run of form and it's just all come together because everybody's been rubbish as well. Because what it kind of reminded me of, and kind of I thought to myself, you know, could this be a kind of repeat of maybe when Conte comes into Chelsea and he just hit a run of form, didn't he, out of nowhere, and that basically won them the league. But I had a little look back at the kind of underlying numbers from that season, and Chelsea shouldn't really have been where they ended up in terms of expected points. Manchester City were miles ahead of them. In terms of I think they had the fifth best attack in the league, and yes, the best defense, but generally the fifth best attack in the league doesn't win you the league. It was just one of those seasons where it all came together for them, and we saw in the subsequent seasons it fell apart from them because the underlying aspect of it wasn't there. Whereas with Liverpool, what we're seeing is, you know, the best attack in the league in terms of underlying numbers, the second best defense, just marginally behind an Arsenal side that play a fairly miserable brand of football and so won't concede goals. So they have quite comfortably been the best team in the league. You know, all the underlying aspects of it are there. It's not been a little fluky run of form has won it for them or anything like that. They are a very, very good team. So, you know, that Arne Slot has done that, I think says a lot about his qualities as a coach. And you know, there are some lessons for him to learn. There are some aspects of his squad he's going to need to tweak this summer. But yeah, I wouldn't be worried that, I mean, wouldn't be worried with just the Premier League title, but I also wouldn't be concerned that it's kind of just a little flash in the pan. And this is more a realistic reflection of where Liverpool are up to. It's I think the future is bright under this manager. It could be even better once he gets to kind of have his own squad in place and get the players that he really does like and can use.